guys, it's Gigi. Today I'm here with a review, and I haven't done one of these in such a long time, but Influenster sent me a BB cream put up by Covergirl, and it is their new clean matte BB cream for oily skin. And it comes in this really nice cute packaging. It reminds me of their other Ready Set Gorgeous foundations. So, you know, it's 1 fluid ounce, which isn't bad. And they also sent in the box a clean matte powder to go with it. The only problem with these two products is that they are way too dark for me. This is in shade 550 medium deep. I am not medium deep, and as you're gonna be able to see in the demo, it was really hard for me to blend it out and get it to this color. I had to mix in a few products, which, you know, this review is as honest as I can make it. I tried to work with it. Along with the powder and the foundation, they also sent me a Covergirl Oh Sugar lip balm, which they sent me last time. And this color is not the one that I'm wearing. I'm wearing Matte Viva Glam 3. And this one's in Candy Bonbon. So it's like a really pretty pink shade. It's a lip balm. The lip balms are okay. They kind of flake on me. I do explain a little bit more about the foundation in my demo. The powder is supposed to minimize pores and control shine through powders that absorb oil. You know, that's what a usual powder does. And then the lip balm is just a lip balm. So without further ado, I'm going to stop rambling and I'm just going to get on with the demo. It was a tough one, you guys. Get ready. Alright, so now that my eye makeup is done, we're going to move on to the big star of the show, which is my little clean matte BB cream, I think it is. Yeah, BB cream for oily skin. So let's see if this has enough coverage for me. I heard that it does. I don't know. This is a shade darker than what I should be. This is 550 medium deep. I obviously am not medium deep, so I'm gonna have to go in with concealer and fix that issue. Let's get started with the claims. This claims to be an oil-free formula that provides the perfect amount of coverage to even skin tone and hide blemishes. Designed with a powder system that immediately absorbs oil, and it creates a matte finish that will keep you shine-free all day long. So today I'm going to go out with some friends, and usually we tend to be running around, not literally running, but running around a few places and going to changing rooms, which can sometimes be hot. So I might be sweating in this. So if this keeps me matte throughout the day, I am going to be so impressed. So I'm going to go in with my Black Beauty Blender Pro, and this is what I use for all my foundations. Let's hope this doesn't, you know, oxidize, because then it'll be way too dark, and that's going to be, you know, a little embarrassing, but I'm doing it for the review. I'm going to squirt a little bit onto the back of my hand, like that much. It's very warm, and the fact that it's that much darker on my hands kind of scares me, but let's see if it dissolves a little bit. When I put it on my face right now, I don't think you could tell because the lights wash me out, but I have a lot of discoloration in here, so let's just start there. So I'm just going to pounce it on. Oh god. Okay, this is definitely not my skin tone. So we're not doing this. I'm gonna mix it with a lighter foundation. It's gonna completely alter the results, but this is definitely not my skin tone. So I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go ahead and wash my beauty blender and mix a little bit of the light foundation. So now that I'm back, you can see on that swatch right there, definitely not my skin tone. I'm gonna mix it with my Maybelline Better Skin foundation. That was way too light. I'm not going to show the bottle because I'm running out, so it kind of looks a little bit disgusting, but I will show you how it mixes. Come on, girl. Don't be down today. Not today. Alright, so I got that much on because I'm really running out, but I think that might be enough. Much lighter color. So let's just go ahead and drop that on. As you can see, that's definitely not my color. So I'm going to try to go ahead and lighten it up with some concealer. I'm just completely altering this result. In real life, it looks so different than my skin tone. I'm going to go ahead and mix it in with some of this, which is way too light for me too. So let's see how this goes. Yeah, no, you see? It's too dark. I'm using the viewfinder as a mirror. And I mean, it is covering it up. It is a good consistency. It's just the color is not working out at all. Yeah, no, this is really orange. So unless you're an Oompa Loompa, I don't think the shade is gonna work for you. I don't think it's gonna work for dark skin tones either, because it's not really, you can't really pick it up on camera, which is bizarre. But in real life, once you put it on your face and you blend it out, it looks orange. It's not warm toned, it's not for deep skin tones. It doesn't look tan, it looks orange. Really orange. So I don't think this is gonna work out, you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and try to mix some concealer in and see if maybe that helps. But then I wouldn't be giving you guys an accurate representation. Yeah, no, see, this concealer isn't even blending well onto it. Do you see how streaky that is? I mean, that isn't terrible. I could fix it with concealer. Maybe if I blend it down my neck. Right now I'm applying the dark shade. And the coverage is alright. I mean, it's pretty dark for me. You guys, I think I might go out with this. Because, honestly, I need to review this. I'm going to try and see if I can make it work with concealer again. So instead of, maybe if I dot it, I don't know. I'm basically applying it as foundation. It's already oxidizing. It's oxidizing really pink. You can't pick it up on camera, which is so crazy to me. Okay, so I've decided I'm going to go with it. It's really scary because this is really orange, you guys. I don't think you can comprehend how orange it is. I'm going to try to blend it down my neck. I think that's as good as it's going to get. I mean, the coverage isn't bad at all. Especially for a BB cream, it is matte. It is dry and matte, but it's not. It's a little bit tacky, but it's not like the tacky, like the bad kind of tacky, if you know what I'm saying. Alright. So I applied a layer of foundation, and on camera it doesn't look that bad, but in real life it looks orange. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish the rest of my face. I'm going to show you guys what I'm doing so that way you guys can see how I altered this foundation. Maybe if you get it in your shade it won't be as bad. I will let you know if it oxidizes, so maybe if you want to get a shade lighter, I obviously do. So I'm going to go in with my little baby, my Naked Skin. And I'm just gonna apply it basically everywhere. Well, everywhere that I highlight. I'm not gonna apply it everywhere because that wouldn't be fair for the foundation. I mean, I can work with this. It's not looking bad at all. And my skin, like the actual skin, my texture and all that, it looks pretty nice. Like, I can barely tell if there's texture. The coverage on this cheek though is kind of lacking, just because I didn't want to add on more and see if it layered. Because it's so orange, I feel like it would just cake on. I feel like it would look too orange. Because I thought the less of a thick layer I put on, the less orange it looks because it just kind of blends. So I'm just going to see if I could blend in some concealer there. Let's move on to under eyes and then we'll bake and see if that makes a difference, which I hope and pray that it does. Okay. It does look like it's caking up where the powder is starting to sink in, which doesn't happen with most of my foundations. So I'm just gonna see how, that's bizarre, that's never happened. Okay. Maybe if I add more. Okay. Do you see that? There's like a line. And I don't know what it's separating because my concealer went all the way down. Okay, now that I'm looking at it, the color isn't that bad, because I am blending it in with a lot lighter concealers and all that. So I'm not going to say I'm going to bake my whole face, but I'm going to bake my whole face because, well, basically my whole face, except where I contour. Because that is going to be dark anyways, so there's no point in lightening it up. And now I'm going to bake under where I usually contour. I usually do this after I contour, but I just want to see what happens just with this. So I'm going to let that bake for a few minutes, and I know a few of you might ask what lashes I'm wearing, and it is the Ardell Dummy Wispies. I haven't worn these in a while, and honestly, they're some of my favorite lashes. They're a little bit tough to put on. I usually go with the 115s, but this is not bad at all. Okay, so we're gonna wait for the bake to cook, and I'm gonna go ahead and do my contour, my highlight, my blush, and then I'll get back to you guys with the full face, with my hair ready and ready to go, and hopefully this will work out. Alright, so this is the finished look. As you can see, I did get it to match a little bit better. I did bronze up and I did add bakage, which you could see in my demo. It does look fine. The contour and the highlight look pretty blended. They don't look patchy. And I did use the Kat Von D ones, which are patchy on me with a certain foundation. But with this one, surprisingly, it's not. So I'm pretty impressed. I did add the concealers that you saw and the foundation that you saw. I wasn't really gonna go out with an orange face because it's just not, I think, what looks good on me. Right now it's pretty set, it's pretty matte, and honestly I'm pretty happy with it. It has enough coverage to cover what I need to cover, but it also lets my skin, you know, seep through. And I want to say this is a foundation good for a glam day like I'm doing right now, with like the whole lash and the intense brow and the dark lip. I wouldn't necessarily say it's for that. And I'm sorry I keep looking over there, I just want to make sure that it's still filming. I think it'll work out fine. I hope that it does stay true to its claim and keep me matte throughout the day. Right now it's 1:31 in the afternoon. I will be checking in with you guys. I'm supposed to leave at like around 3, so I'll do a check-in before I leave just in case it oxidized, or you know, I'm going to be moving around, I might change, so that might affect my foundation, but for now it is set and good to go. My highlight and my bronzer look pretty good, and you know, we're just gonna go with it. Also, before I move on to the next clip, I just want to mention I do not know the price of this item right here. I believe it is around $10 to $15. I might be wrong. I'll put it on the screen somewhere. But I will let you guys know if I think that it's worth the money. I might not, but we'll just wait and see. So for now, I'll just see you guys. Alright, so it's 4 o'clock. I checked in like at 1:30 when I first applied it, and I'm now in natural lighting. It's patchy, really patchy. You can see there, like, now it's too light because I mixed in a lot of stuff. But you could see the redness peeking through. It's a BB cream, so I don't expect much out of it. But you could like tell it's patchy, especially where I baked, which that never happens with any of my foundations. So that's weird. Also, I'm here with Shadia. You haven't seen her in like years. Yeah. We're just out and about for the day.
Out and about.
In a boat. So until like 6 o'clock maybe, we'll see how this wears down. I haven't been doing much. We just went to like a beauty supply store and then picked up our friend, and now we are waiting for her to get changed, and then we're gonna go off and do our thing. So we came back from dinner, and I guess it still looks the same. In the mirror, it still looks patchy. None of that changed. I did touch up with a MAC Studio Fix foundation powder thing. But that didn't really make a difference at all. So as for the consistency and all that, I did stay matte throughout the day, and I did sweat a little because I was in the dressing room. I don't know how that happened, but it did.
It was really hot.
Yeah, it was really hot. So it did hold up pretty well, and my bronzer is still there. My blush already faded. My highlight is still there, but the coverage is kind of weak. So I couldn't really layer because the color wasn't right for me. And I felt like the heavier the layer, the more you would be able to see the color, because I did try to like dilute it a bit. So I would say if you get the right color, you're good. You could build it up. And yeah, so far so good. I'm gonna try the actual shade that I'm in, and then I'll let you guys know in a favorites video. But as for this video, this is it. You could see there. I'll insert some more clips later, but that's it for now. So like, subscribe, and comment if you enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, love you.